Why hasn't Deion Sanders taken an NFL coaching job? With his deep ties to the Atlanta Falcons and an undeniable impact on the game, many expected him to make the leap to the NFL coaching ranks. But despite all the speculation, Coach Prime remains outside the league. Why? Let's break it down. Deion Sanders and the Atlanta Falcons share a legendary history. When Atlanta drafted him 5th overall in 1989, they weren't just getting an elite cornerback, they were getting a cultural icon. Sanders himself has spoken about how much the city meant to him. They were a city I could ride with, and I knew they was gonna ride with me. I chose them, and they chose me, and it was one of the greatest days of my life. Atlanta shaped him, not just as a player, but as a person. In a recent interview, he reflected on an all-American trip that first introduced him to the city's powerful African-American influence. It was then that he decided, "This is where I want to go." Heidi. During his time with the Falcons from 1989 to 1993, Deion was a game-changer. He wasn't just a shutdown corner, he was a dynamic playmaker, returning kicks, scoring touchdowns, and even juggling a baseball career alongside football. But Atlanta was just the beginning. He went on to win Super Bowls with the 49ers and Cowboys, later playing for the Redskins and Ravens. With such a historic connection, many thought this offseason was the perfect time for Sanders to return to Atlanta as a coach. However, the Falcons chose to stick with Raheem Morris, and Deion remains the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. So why hasn't Deion Sanders taken an NFL coaching job? The truth is, he's building something special at Colorado. For now, he's focused on mentoring young athletes and creating a legacy beyond the NFL. Of his recruiting staff. Will we ever see him coaching at Colorado's future? Only time will tell. But for now, Coach Prime is staying exactly where he wants to be.